Hello and ni hao from the beautiful gamer city Wuxi in China, where too many people are now busy with playing or at least talking about the new game Black Myth Wukong, just like everywhere else in China and a little bit all around the world it seems. So, what is so special about the game? Why all the fuss? This video should help you to understand why this Chinese game is so massively successful, from which cultural and historic treasures it originally comes from, and what it really means for so many Chinese people. Super cool is that those places which can be seen in the game are real places in China that can be really visited and experienced in real life as well. Really, really real. We will look into that too. But we will also look into strange sudden Western controversy with some woke people trying to cancel the game for allegedly missing diversity and inclusion with a full-blown Barbara Streisand effect, while some anti-woke people try to claim the game's success as proof that Westerners overwhelmingly feel fed up with the topic. Both sides are wrong, and the discourse completely unnecessary. Anyway, I made this video so that you in the end can understand better what it is really all about, and in case that you're a gamer, maybe enjoy that great game more. And even if you aren't into gaming, I promise it to be interesting and informative anyway. Let's start with the game. In case that you lived under a stone till now or completely unaware of actual gaming, Black Myth Wukong is an action RPG developed by the studio Game Science and inspired by the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West. The game follows the story of Sun Wukong, also known as the Monkey King, as he embarks on a journey filled with mythical creatures, epic battles, and rich lore. To name some key features of the game: stunning visuals. The game is known for its breathtaking graphics of fantastic creatures inspired by millennia-old Chinese mythology, plenty of real ancient Chinese landscape, and traditional architecture powered by Unreal Engine 5, which brings a whole new mythical world to life. Dynamic combat. Players can engage in fast-paced combat using a variety of abilities and transformations inspired by the Monkey King's legendary powers. Number 3. Deep storyline. The narrative is deeply rooted in Chinese mythology based on the famous novel Journey to the West and offers a fresh take on the classic tale with intricate storytelling and character development. Number 4. Challenging boss fights. The game features numerous challenging bosses, each with unique abilities and strategies required to defeat them, but is still very well balanced in its game dynamics, which appeals to both beginners as well as experienced players. And number 5, no pay to win. There are no in-app purchases, subscriptions, loot boxes, skins or other tricks by the developers to make additional money. You buy it, you own it, you play it. Simply simple. It's a blend of traditional Chinese culture and modern gaming technology, making it a unique and immersive experience. Are you a fan of action RPGs or mythology-based games? Let me know below in the comments. The stats. Black Myth Wukong's launch on August 20, 2024 was an unprecedented success. The game sold an astonishing 10 million copies in just 3 days. It attracted 3 million concurrent players across PC and PlayStation 5. On Steam, it peaked at over 2.4 million concurrent players, becoming the second most played game on the platform. Users' reviews are overwhelmingly positive, with 96% approval from over 280,000 Steam users. It set a Twitch record with 485,300 peak concurrent viewers, the highest for any game release in this year. It is now the fastest selling game of all time, surpassing titles like Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy. The game popularity was evident even before launch. The first gameplay trailer garnered 10 million views on IGN and a record-breaking 55 million views on Bilibili in China. 4 million gamers wishlisted it on Steam pre-launch. Have you played it yet? Or plan to do so? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's talk about the controversy and allegations in Western countries. Have you heard about the controversy and allegations of misogyny and missing diversity and inclusion of the game as well as of the developing studio Game Science? Well, most of it made no sense. Allegations about the boss of Game Science were mostly based on translation errors, where the meaning of things which he allegedly said were simply by far not as bad as shown, mistranslation simply. The game itself is based on ancient Chinese history and myths, and basically on the 5th-century-old story Journey to the West, which is loosely based again on the historical travel of the monk Xuanzang to India in the 7th century. All written at times where wokeness was not existing yet, not even in the USA. Even the USA didn't exist yet. Nevertheless, the accusations were that there wouldn't be enough female characters and female players could somehow not feel comfortable to play the game for this reason. But as a matter of fact, there are lots of female characters in the game, just not in chapter 1 and 2 of the game, as it closely follows the original story. And there are plenty of female gamers having fun playing the game anyway. Also, China itself, in contrary to some opinions, in fact has no inclusion problem with its gays, lesbians and transgenders. They live a peaceful life in freedom and are definitely not pursued as long as they follow the country's laws. Further on, China did much more for women's rights and equality than lots of other countries. Finally, the game was primarily not made for a Western audience, but first and foremost for the Chinese market. Hence, it doesn't join this Western cultural gender war going down on Twitter and other platforms. It's simply a game that should and does deliver enjoyable gameplay. Not more and not less. It sure is not a culture philosophical ambassador of some kind, not woke or anti-woke, but simply represents all Chinese culture and created for players to have fun. Sorry for my rant, please don't understand me wrong, I'm team diversity, tolerance, equality and inclusion as well. But it makes no sense to me when people criticize an authentic game based on old Chinese folklore and myths for being not woke enough, or allegedly supporting anti-woke positions, according to Western or personal preferences. That's all nonsense, quite pathetic, and I don't want to go into more detail about this matter. If you are interested in that topic, there are plenty of articles and videos covering that subject in detail. I will link some of it in the video description, but in my opinion, there is simply no reason for controversy. And much more interesting is what it means for Chinese people. Let me give you an overview. It's no surprise that a game based on one of the best known and liked old Chinese novels, Journey to the West, has such a cultural impact and resonance in China. Easy identification with the well-known characters of the game, real places in China, Taoism, Buddhism, and huge doses of the good old Chinese culture foster sweet childhood time memories for the typical Chinese player. For Western gamers on the other side, it's mostly simply a new exciting world full of surprises which makes people probably a little curious about Chinese culture and history. Plus, in my opinion, it's one of the greatest games of the last 20 years and one can have lots of fun playing it even without knowing anything about China or Chinese culture. Not more, not less. So sure, Chinese people are a lot more celebrating and emotional about it. But to truly understand the cultural impact of the Journey to the West story on Chinese people, you need to know that it's more than just a story. It's a cherished part of their cultural identity. For many in China, Journey to the West is woven into the fabric of their lives, from sweet childhood memories to daily cultural touchstones. Imagine growing up hearing the adventures of the Monkey King, Sun Wukong, whether through bedtime stories, TV shows or animated cartoons, and even play with toys themed by the story. These tales are often some of the first stories that Chinese children encounter, sparking their imagination and teaching them about bravery, loyalty and cleverness. As they grow older, the story's presence continues to resonate. It's even played in traditional Chinese opera, where actors bring the characters to life with vivid costumes and expressive performances, keeping the ancient art form alive for new generations. By the way, I'm actually working on a video series about Peking opera and hope to present it to you still in this month. If you don't want to miss it, please consider subscribing to my channel, but back to the journey of the West. The narrative's influence extends to modern times, inspiring everything from cinematic blockbuster movies to popular video games like Black Myth: Wukong, where the beloved characters and the adventures are reimagined for a new audience. But it's not just about the entertainment. Journey to the West is deeply embedded in the cultural consciousness, representing themes of personal growth, the struggle between good and evil, and the pursuit of enlightenment. It's a story that has shaped Chinese values and continues to influence how people see the world. For many Chinese people, revisiting Journey to the West is like reconnecting with an old friend, a connection that bridges generations and remains a source of pride and cultural continuity. Whether through a nostalgic TV show, a modern video game, or even a traditional opera performance, Journey to the West is a story that lives on, continuously, constantly evolving, yet always familiar. So when you play a game like Black Myth: Wukong or watch a movie adaptation, you are not just enjoying a piece of entertainment, you are tapping into a rich cultural legacy that has been cherished by Chinese for centuries. What is a Journey to the West story about? Journey to the West is one of China's most famous and beloved novels. Written in the 16th century, the story follows the epic journey of a Buddhist monk, Tang Sanzang, who is tasked with retrieving sacred scriptures from India to bring back to China. Along the way, he is accompanied by three magical disciples: Sun Wukong, the rebellious and powerful Monkey King, Chu Batie, a gluttonous pig-like creature, and Sha Wuqing, a quiet but strong river ogre. Together they face numerous trials and battles against demons, monsters, and other supernatural forces. The journey symbolizes the quest for enlightenment, with each character representing different human flaws and virtues. Through teamwork, perseverance, and growth, they ultimately succeed in their mission, gaining wisdom and spiritual insight. So, because of its fame, there are so many Journey of the West publications. Journey of the West has been adapted countless times across various media in China and also even outside of China, making it a story that resonates with all ages. There are numerous books, cartoons, and comics that retell the adventures of Sun Wukong and his companions, each offering a unique perspective on the classic tale. The story has also been brought to life in movies and TV series, with some adaptations becoming cultural staples. For instance, the 1986 Chinese TV series is iconic and beloved by many. Peking opera has also immortalized the story with elaborate costumes and performances, preserving its rich traditions. Beyond China, the influence of Journey to the West has spread to other countries as well. In Japan, it inspired the famous TV series Saiyuki, also known as Monkey in the West, and numerous anime and manga adaptations. The story's characters have even appeared in popular Chinese video games like Dragon Ball, where Sun Wukong inspired the character Goku. These adaptations showcase how Journey to the West has become a global cultural phenomenon, resonating with audiences far beyond its origins. I personally am very excited about the real places shown in the game, and maybe you ask yourself, is it possible to travel there? One of the most captivating aspects of this game is its stunning visual design, which offers an almost perfect recreation of the mythical landscapes of ancient China. From ancient temples and soaring peaks to mythical mountains and enchanted forests, the game's graphics allow you to fully immerse yourself in a vibrant living world. And the Shanxi province offers lots of true inspirations behind Black Myth: Wukong. Out of the 72 locations that inspired the game, 27 can be found in Shanxi province, a place you might not be so familiar with. Located in northern China, Shanxi is one of the country's lesser known destinations, yet it is rich in history and breathtaking landscapes. Home of ancient temples, historic towns and unique geological formations, Shanxi boasts over 80% of China's ancient wooden structures. These remarkable attractions clearly served as inspiration for the world of Black Myth: Wukong, and the best thing, you have chance to explore those places by yourself in real life. Are you curious about the key spots in Shanxi that brought Black Myth: Wukong to life? Let me know in the comments if you want me to make a separate video about those locations, or if you plan to visit those places. Just let me know in the comments. I'm really curious about that. More than 60 countries' citizens do now not need a visa for holiday trips to China anymore. Almost all places are in just one province, and China is really not expensive after all. And of course, it's very safe as well. In real life, you won't have to fight any bosses in those places. But how to get to Shanxi province? Traveling to Shanxi is straightforward. You can land at any of China's many international airports and maybe plan a small round trip connecting major cities like Shanghai, Beijing, or Wuxi. Haha, welcome to my city. Perhaps with a visit to Xi'an in Shanxi with its terracotta army and the game's iconic locations in Shanxi province. The main airports in Shanxi are Taiyuan and Datong Airport, which is especially convenient for visiting some of Shanxi's top attractions. Online you can easily find affordable flights to Shanxi. Shanxi is as well connected by high-speed trains. Cities like Taiyuan, Datong and Xinchong offer high-speed rail connections to cities across China. Public transportation in Shanxi is not only comfortable but also affordable, making it easy to explore the province. While you are there, don't miss out on Shanxi's delicious local cuisine. Shanxi aged vinegar is known for its tangy flavor. It is perfect with noodles or as a dipping sauce for dumplings. Shanxi Dao Xiao Mian. These hand-pulled noodles are cut into strips, offering a chewy texture that's hard to resist. Pingyao beef, marinated and slow cooked. Pingyao beef has a savory flavor with a hint of sweetness. If you ever get the chance, step beyond the game and explore the actual locations that inspired Black Myth: Wukong. Visit ancient temples, marvel at grand pagodas, enjoy local cuisine, and immerse yourself in the rich culture that makes both the game and its real-life counterparts truly unforgettable. In the end, Black Myth: Wukong isn't just a game, it's a celebration of Chinese culture, history, and mythology, brought to life in an incredibly immersive way. Whether you are here for the action-packed gameplay, the stunning visuals, or the deep cultural roots of Journey to the West, there's something truly special about this experience. It's a game that bridges the past and the present, east and west, offering everybody a chance to explore and appreciate the rich heritage of China. So, I hope this video has helped you to understand why this game means so much to so many Chinese people and why it has captured the hearts of gamers around the world. So whether you are a seasoned gamer or just curious about Chinese culture, I encourage you to dive into this world and see it for yourself, in the game or even for real. Welcome to China. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, have fun. Bye bye and 再见. See you next time. You are now mine in China.